Good morning. How is everybody? Hold on. Oh, let me close my dirty laundry closet. And I gotta get my chair. Okay. Well, you know I'm still convalescing. I'm not. Good morning. Gotta put my lipstick on. I got some new shiny stuff. Hi, Susan. Did you... There we go. Good morning. Did I miss the lipstick? No, it's just right there. Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Sorry I'm a minute or so late. I was trying to die cut something quick before we started so I'd be ready, but didn't quite finish that. Oh well. But I'm excited. I am so excited to be here. Hi, Christine from Minnesota. It's good to see you guys. Susan, always lovely to see you. Susan is almost always the first person on, but I think Robbie beat her today, so. Hi, Sue. How are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, Joy. I'm so happy to be stamping with you. Here, we gotta make my camera a little bit there, so you can't see quite all of the junk in my office. Yeah. There's really no good angle. So I'm so excited to see you guys, as always. I mean, why would I not be excited to see you? It's a Monday morning. The sun is shining. I am going to stamp for you. What else is there in this world? I mean, like, honestly. Hi, Laura from San Antonio. Goddess of Stamping. Okay, Deb, that's so funny you say that because I actually had a lady years ago write a check out to me that said Dina the Stamping Goddess, and they cashed it at the bank, which I thought was kind of awesome. And true, I mean. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm happy to report that laughing is no longer a painful event for me. I'm excited about that for sure. I'm doing pretty well. Still frustrated that I can't do everything I want to do, but I'm trying to be good. Good. So I am, I'm happy to report that I'm just a little better every day, so that's good. I had an eventful weekend. My daughter had the 9th grade formal dance, which, oh, the drama. So I suppose the biggest drama was finding a bra that would work with the dress she had, but luckily we found something. That was interesting. I posted a picture of her on my Facebook page, and if I can just say for a second, oh my gosh, she looked amazing. I was like, oh. But I'm such a ding dong. I didn't even take a picture of just her, just the awkward picture with the guy she went with, and they're not like dating or anything. They're just friends, but oh my gosh, it was just crazy. So I don't know. And I was really proud of my husband because he said that she could not date till she was 35. I think I've mentioned that before. And he did not have a heart attack when she left in that like gorgeous dress. So that was pretty good. I was proud of him. And what else? I'm trying to think. My son said something like so like ridiculous this weekend. What was that? I can't remember. Oh, and I have a little tidbit, and I know my husband is going to watch this, so haha. My husband has this thing where, like, after I post this, well, maybe it is sometimes on the day I do Facebook Live, but he always watches it, and he does it, like, when we're settling down in bed for the night, you know, so he'll sit on his iPad, and he'll pull it up, and I don't know about you guys, but it always kind of freaks me out to see and or hear myself online. Now, granted, I shoot videos like for a living, pretty much, but he always pulls it up and listens to it, and I'm always like, why are you doing that? So, because he's doing that, I'm gonna totally get him. he he works for John Deere. He's an engineer. He is a self-proclaimed nerd, as are most of my children. And I should say both of my children. Anyway, he is a big fan of Star Wars. I mean, like, he remembers going to see it when he was like 3 years old or whatever. So, obviously, May the 4th be with you, was Friday. And at work, it was Thursday the 4th, sorry. So at work, you could wear like a Star Wars shirts or whatever, you know, and instead of your typical business casual outfit. And so he was all excited about that, except he had to go to an offsite meeting a couple hours away. So he wasn't even in the office on the 4th. So when we were getting ready for bed, he takes his pants off, and I know, TMI, but my sister got him some Star Wars underwear as a Christmas gift a couple years ago. And he wore those to his meeting where he had to dress like professionally. And so I was like, that's awesome. So I love you, sweetie. That was for you. So anyway, we did celebrate that. Everybody had a Star Wars shirt on except for me. So that was awesome. And we watched Star Wars like all weekend long. Anywho, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope that you are excited to be stamping with me today, because I'm excited to stamp with you, because I always am. I know I've said that like 3 times, but I always am. It's not like me being crazy. Well, maybe a little, but I love to stamp with you guys. So anyway, I do have a couple of fun projects, and I'm excited to share those with you. I hope you guys had a good week. I am so not in trouble. He deserves it. You were disowned because you've never seen Star Wars? That seems reasonable. I can't believe have you still never seen it, Kayla? Like, that's crazy. Star Wars is like a rite of passage in life, isn't it? I mean, oh my gosh, at least it is in my household. I think I would be a bad mother if I wasn't exposing my children to such things. But maybe that's why my kids are kind of goofy. I don't know. I blame their mother. You've never seen Star Wars either, Sue? What are you people doing? You saw it and you were bored? Oh my gosh. I just love those movies. Okay, I guess maybe I'm not as... Look at all you guys haven't seen it. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, well then we'll stop talking about Star Wars, because that's not your thing. All right, we won't delve into the last topic we had on movies, because that one was a little crazy. So what else have you guys been doing? I have a funny story. So I was watching, or I was scrolling through Facebook, I think, and there was a story about a panda being born, and everybody was so excited about the panda, and it was in China, and it was in captivity. It was like at a zoo or something. So everybody was all excited to see the panda being born. And so, you know, there was like this really long video, and then this video is showing the mama panda with their baby panda. And, you know, the baby is like this big, and the mama is like this big. And the panda is in the mama's mouth, you know, because that's what you do with your baby when you're a wild animal. You pick it up with your jaw. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to eat it. But it did not. But then the baby panda, which like looks like a little hairless rat, basically, was just squealing like a crying baby coming out, you know, being born and crying baby, that kind of crying. And then the mama kept picking it up and licking it, you know, which is what a mama would do. But every time she did that, I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to eat it. Anyway, but it wasn't like a Facebook Live, so there wasn't the commentary. And I was so disappointed that I couldn't watch the commentary, you know, like how all the commentary was going with April, the giraffe. And I thought, this is just so anticlimactic. If you can't have an animal being born on social media live, what is the point? I'm kidding. It was just interesting, the difference between the two, because of course, April had everybody becoming giraffe experts, whereas this panda story just was a video showing the zookeepers watching, and I don't know. That's all I got for that story. It wasn't as exciting as April. Oh well. All right. Well, my dear friends, are you guys ready to stamp? Because I think one bad story means it's time to stamp. It was funnier in my head. Okay, so I think it's time to stamp, and I have lots of fun stuff to share. I wrote down the winners for our drawing because I had prizes last week. Remember the prizes? I had prizes, I guess. I cannot remember what I did with those because I was all proud of myself for having them. Well, if I can't find it before the video is posted, I will post it on my Facebook page where you're watching this right now. Okay, so we'll just flip things around here. You can see I have a nice mess going. So I wanted to kind of share, well, actually I have a few things to share. First of all, I shared, if you caught me last week, I shared all the cards that I had gotten, and there were a whole bunch of them. And I wanted to share those with you, and I also posted them on my blog so that you could see them. Just get this there, right? Oh my gosh, that gave me a heart attack. I just turned my phone off by accident. That was bad. So I think you guys are still there. Phew. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I received a few more thank you cards that were so pretty, so I wanted to share those with you, and I'll put these on my blog as well, because I think it's really nice to be inspired by all these projects, and I love sharing them. So this is a card. This one is from Mary. So beautiful. I love this. This is with the Eastern Palace. You can see there's some gold under there. Love it. And I believe she mentioned that I inspired her, so that was nice. But anyway, I like that card as well. Oh, and then last week I had the special where if you purchase the Eastern Palace Premier Bundle plus that roll of ribbon, you would get the free bundle or the free tutorial, pardon me, of 25 projects. And then I also have an online class. That special that you would get for free, by the way. That special is still available. I've had a whole bunch of people ask if I could extend it, and yes, I'm happy to extend that. So go right ahead, and if you continue to order that, you'll get all the free project tutorials as well as the online class from me. If you don't order it from me, because I know some of you are demonstrators or some of you are from other countries and you can't order it from me, the tutorials I cannot give to you for free because of the way that was set up. I was working with a whole bunch of other demonstrators on that project. We can't sell them, but you can get them for free, like I said, if you order. But that is also partly why I have the online class, because then you can still get your fix of Dina with this suite. And I am trying to do a little bit of out of the box kind of stuff with my online class. So I think that's sort of awesome. The online class the only class I have, Sue, is online. So that is the one that's on my blog. I'm not doing project pre-cut cardstock packs for this card or for this class. And the reason is because these items are only available as the bundle, so I can't buy up a whole bunch of cardstock and ship it to you yet. It won't be available till the catalog goes live. And for a long story short, it's just going to be online only. So that's the only version that's available on my blog. Okay. So there's all that, and all the information is on last Wednesday's blog post, and it's on my Facebook page here too. So there we go. Okay, have I talked enough about that? Back to my cards. So here's another card I got. This one was from Alexandra. She is in my downline. She's such a cute, sweet lady. She sent me a pecan pie last Christmas. That was like the most amazing thing. I didn't know you could mail pies in the mail, but apparently you can. This is an awesome card. I love this because it is such bright, happy colors. This is from Susan. So adorable. And this is a throwback. This is a set we had, oh gosh, 2-3 years ago. Very cute. So I do have a new ordering system for my online classes that I switched over to about a month or so ago. And so that's maybe why it looked different. Oh, this is just a card that my friend Kelly sent me. This is, I believe this is from Kelly. This is a preview of a set that's going to be coming up in the new catalog. So new catalog preview alert. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to set that in a different pile because that's what that is. Here is a beautiful card by our very own Lynette. She is on here today. Miss Lynette, I believe you had surgery last week. I hope you are doing well. I will try not to be too funny and make you laugh because that would be terrible. This is also a preview of a new bundle that's coming up. I showed this last week. This was part of the Color Theory bundle. Oh my gosh, isn't it amazing? Look at the mad stamping skills on my sweet Lynette's card. Love it. Love, love, love. It's got watercolor. It's got everything. I love it. So I hope, Miss Lynette, that you are doing well. I've been thinking of you. Okay, and here is another card. This is from Julie. I haven't seen her name pass by, but Julie often watches me from work with the door closed, I hope. Oh, and I just love this card too. Isn't it adorable? Best Fishes. This is from the Jar of Love bundle, which is one of my absolute favorites in the catalog. And then this is a card from my very own Bonnie. Just double checking that. Bonnie is one of my local customers, and actually she's on her way to my house right now because I have the dream team assembling today to help me get ready for the upcoming weeks of life. And I have to tell you guys, so my daughter is, long story short, looking for a job this summer and wasn't sure what to do. So I convinced her to work for me. And yesterday she was doing a few odds and ends for me, and I was so excited. One of the things that I have to do that's kind of tedious is put watermarks on my cards, like on the pictures of things I post to my blog and whatnot. She did a whole bunch of them, and I was amazed. Oh my gosh, Lynette, you're still in the hospital? Ah! Take care of yourself, my dear. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, sorry, I totally interrupted my train of thought with Lynette still being in the hospital. I didn't realize she'd still be there. Oh, good girl. You take care of yourself, my dear. I'm impressed. I am even in hospitals. Okay, so I have a couple of really cute, simple cards to share with you. The first one, you like my shirt? Thank you. I wasn't sure about it, but I do kind of like it. It's fancy. Fancy, just like me. That's not really true. I'm not fancy. Okay, back to my card. This is going to be like a case study in adult ADD if we're not careful here. Okay, so I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm just going to slice off, I think, an inch from my card. So I can line that up on the inch line. And I'll show you where I'm getting at with this. And actually, let me explain where this came from. So one of my favorite printed papers is the Prince pack or stack. Like there's a Regals, a Neutrals, a Brights, a Subtles, and in color ones. And they discontinued those designs. And one of the things that I loved about those designs were that they had stripes and polka dots, like diagonal stripes. And there's a couple other patterns that are nice too. But I really like the stripes and polka dots out of those packets especially. And I loved the black and, well, I should say the whole brain cramp. This is horrible. Oh, the whole neutral set. Gosh, I hate when this happens. So what I wanted to do was figure out a way I could still use those patterns in my card making when the paper was gone. And so, of course, I want an endless supply of those things, so I'm going to stamp with them. So I wanted to do a nice bright card, so I'm using the stamp set, and let me just grab it. It's over here under something. So this is called Playful Backgrounds. This came out in the last catalog, the catalog we have right now. And this is a really fun set, and I have not done much with it. But then I noticed that it's really fun for what I'm going to show you to do with this. Now, I think I've had a few people ask me about how to make your Facebook work better. how to get the lives and whatnot to work better. And while I'm not a technical advisor, I can tell you a couple things that I have learned. First of all, if you are watching from a desktop, if you're not on Chrome, I would recommend Chrome. Firefox is difficult. Also, if you're watching from a phone or an iPad, that may work better for you than a desktop, and other people have told me that the other works better for you. If you don't have a strong internet signal, that is probably the biggest reason why you can't watch me well. Or if you have an old computer that just can't handle the whole live. Bonnie, how are you joining me? Are you here or are you driving? Is Bonnie here? How are you doing that, Bonnie? Don't you get into an accident. She's driving to my house right now. Okay. Did you like how I just scolded her? Okay. So those are my tips. I will write those out, but I think the biggest thing is it really just depends on your particular situation. So if I were you, I would ask like a teenager in your life what you can do to get the best situation for streaming live videos. Okay. The other thing is if you have an unlimited data plan on your phone, that is probably the best way because they are actually geared towards live streaming. Your phones are, but if you don't have unlimited data, don't watch me because you will use up all your data in one video. Because streaming video does take up a lot of data. So you can see I cut that inch strip off of my card. Now I'm going to glue it to the inside of my card. So it's on here. And now I have some gorgeous diagonal stripes for my card. And then it's like the possibilities are endless already. We could do so many different things for you right now with this amazing card. So, I mean, this is the basis of awesomeness in my just humble opinion. Okay, but let me show you what I'm going to do with it because it's kind of awesome. I am using one of my favorite stamp sets, which is on the discontinued list, Flower Patch. The reason I love this set so much is because there are coordinating framelits, which are awesome. And you can see, well, I'll show you. I was like, you can see. No, I'm going to show you. So first of all, I'm going to take the biggest stamp here and I'm going to ink it up in Peekaboo Peach. So I wanted bright, happy colors because that is awesome. And it's just bright and happy. Now what I wanted to do though is do a little bit of shading in this image so it wasn't all just plain and meh. So what I'm going to do is take a darker shade of this orange. So this is Peekaboo Peach. So then I'm going to take Tangerine Tango and I'm going to take a sponge. I'm going to do some others and I use what are they called? Sponge daubers, but I think a sponge works better on this larger image. Okay, so I'm just going to take and get a bunch of this dark ink in the center here, and then I'm sponging it right in the middle of my flower, and I'm trying to kind of keep nice centered sponges. Now, if your sponge is dry, you are going to actually pick up the ink, but if your sponge is good and wet, you will put it down. Somebody asked me if stamping or sponging on things was going to dry up your ink pads, and generally speaking I would say no, but if you're going to do like 50 of them or something, sure, it's going to dry them out a little bit. That's just part of stamping. But I don't think, you know, just making a card or two is going to have much of an effect on it. Okay, so then I'm going to stamp this down. Okay, and then do you see, it's not quite as obvious on this one, but do you see how it's darker in the center? It's just a little bit of shading, which I love. So then I'm going to continue doing that, adding a little darker shade in the center. Now, the next one I'm going to do is Melon Mambo. This is already quite a dark color, so I didn't really want to sponge anything on here, so I just stamped it. But then I'm going to take my red ink pad, which is a little bit darker shade, I suppose, and I'm going to stamp just this little flower center thing in the center. And you can see that's just a little bit darker. Okay. And then next, I'm going to do another flower. Where'd it go? This one. And I'm going to ink that up in my favorite Bermuda Bay. And then do a little shading on that as well. Now, because this is a smaller image, I'm going to take some Pacific Point, and this is my sponge dauber. Gosh, I can't think of that word. And you know what? Here is what is so awesome is I have a label on here, because sometimes I can be all organized and stuff, but not always. Just sometimes. I don't want you guys getting crazy ideas like I'm organized a lot. In fact, this morning I gave Emily my label maker, and I said, you go to it, because she's in charge of organizing some things out in our classroom. Now I'm also going to stamp the little, this little itty bitty stamp in the center there. And I went a little crazy with the shading. Can I show you one that's not quite so harsh? And actually I have to show you, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of other cards that I like that are retiring, just so you don't miss out on anything fabulous there. That one's a little better. Not quite so harsh. I was thinking the other day about the Mafia Wedding. Do you guys remember that one? Or maybe it was the Vegas Funeral Mafia Wedding. I can't remember what the thing was. So anyway, I did go ahead and I did get a couple of these die cut. I should have a pink one somewhere beforehand. Whoa! Oh my gosh, I almost dropped like a stack of cards. Okay, so then, and then I have to share with you how I came about this card, because you guys might kind of laugh about it a little, because it was a little on the backward side, but that's okay. I seriously can't find where the pink one went. Ah, I hate when that happens, because I know I cut it. I can see the empty hole in my cardstock over there. I hate when that happens. All right, well anyway. We're going to put it together. Oh, I know what I do need though. So then I'm going to take and add some leaves to this. So what I like to do is set my flowers kind of where I want them to be roughly, and arrange them, and then I can add in some greenery so that it looks, you know, a little bit more nice, I guess. But seriously, where's my pink flower? Darn it. I hate that it's not here. Let me check one other spot quick. Ah, I do not see it. Okay, well, instead of wasting time looking for it, let's just keep going. I will take and die cut my piece in just a second, but I'm also going to stamp a leaf. Is this my olive? Yes. So I'm going to take and stamp this leaf a couple of times with my old olive ink pad. And then I'm also going to stamp it on here a couple of times. So I'll put one up there and one up there. That's why I like to arrange things a little bit beforehand, because then I can kind of see where things are going so that I can place my flowers correctly. Okay, so let me quick die cut that one flower. I'll be right back. Just take a second. I'm going to find it as soon as I'm done with my live. I just know it. Or as soon as I die cut this one, because that's like how it works, right? Oh, and I also have a good tip for you with this die that I think you're going to like. So one thing that I did a long time ago is I took, and this is kind of, I think it's washed off. I noticed this die is really tricky to get lined up on this shape. So what I did is, I'm just going to stamp it right here. I stamped it down and then I tried to figure out, you know, how it lined up correctly, and boom, there it is. Okay, so then what I did is I marked one of the sides. So let me find this flower. Yep, that's it. So then what I did, and okay, now I can see my dot. I took a Sharpie marker, but after you clean your stamps a few times, this sort of cleans off, but I can just very vaguely see it. So I'm going to take my Sharpie marker and I'm actually going to mark this, a dot right there. And then that coordinates with this dot. Now, since this set of framelits came out, and I don't even know if like the newer versions of it have this, but Stampin' Up! has taken to putting like little arrow thingies to help you line things up. But this set predates that process. You do want to make sure this dries, otherwise you're going to get a dot on your block, which of course you'll be able to get off. But this is just such a good tip to help you. And I do that same thing with punches too. In fact, let me show you one. There's another punch, or this punch has always been hard to line up exactly. So this is the posy punch. And so I did the same thing. I put a little dot here, and then I have a coordinating dot on each one of my stamps in the stamp set. So let me pull this out. And then look at that, there are dots. So when I go, and then here's the X next to the wrong dot. Oops, it wouldn't be Dina if I didn't do that. So when I go to stamp this, I know that if I'm going to punch this out, this is where the dot needs to be on the bottom. So when I stamp these, I always stamp it so that dot is near the bottom, so it's easier to punch out for me. Isn't that a nice little tip for you? I think that is a great, great way to get these lined up correctly and not drive yourself absolutely crazy. Okay, so back to my card. Let's finish this off because it is about done. All right, I have my die cut flowers here, and I'm going to put them all together. I also snuck in a leaf that I die cut so we can stick it off here to the side. And of course, we're going to pop these up. I mean, it would be crazy not to, right? And so just put some dimensionals on here. I like just putting one on because that way you can easily tuck things on underneath. So do that, and I want them to kind of, and you can see I got just I think I had a little ink on myself, so we're still tucking that in under where it can't be seen. And this one I think I'm just going to adhere directly to my card, so I'll put a little adhesive right on there and then tuck it in so it's sticking out. And then this one will tuck back here also so it's kind of sticking out. And then we're going to add one more leaf right in here, and you know, you can kind of just tuck it in wherever you want, but here again it's so great to just put these back in there. Now I do want to tuck this in far enough so that my card will close and fit in the envelope. Okay, so there we go. That is super fun. And then of course I think we need to add a little bling to this because it would sort of be crazy not to, wouldn't it? I mean, this is such a fun card. We'll add some bling. Put some right here and then a little one down here. Okay, so that is adorable. And I love the stripes. Oh my gosh. Now, don't worry because I have another version of this to show you, which I think you're going to love too. Then the other thing I want to do is this stamp set has like the most awesome saying ever, happy bloomin' birthday. So let's just put that right up here like so. Happy bloomin' birthday. Is this not like a happy card? I mean, seriously. So happy, and it's so easy. So I really, 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 really like this. So I hope you guys do too. I think it's so bright and happy, but what if you want something that isn't quite so bright and happy? Well, something softer. I have a card for that. So I did the same card, but this time I did it in softer colors. So this is Pool Party, and I sponged Bermuda Bay in the center. This is Sweet Sugar Plum, and I sponged Rich Raspberry in the center. This is So Saffron, and I just stamped another So Saffron in the center. And then this one is Pear Pizzazz instead of the Old Olive. My Old Olive pad is brand new and it is like crazy dark. Anyway, that was just a side note. Then instead of the stripes, I did the polka dots from that stamp set. Here I didn't actually stamp on the strip because you can stamp the polka dots without them being crazy. But these, you can see they don't all line up. So that's why I stamped them on the strip for this card. I just thought it looked nicer. Anyway, so that is in Smoky Slate. So you can make still this gorgeous card idea, but in a lighter, softer color. And then instead of the rhinestones, I used pearls. Now here you can see I did a little flag over the top, and that is for sure covering up the one that's crooked. So that's why that's there. But I just thought these are such simple cards. There's no ribbon. There's nothing too fancy. A couple of little pearls or rhinestones. That's it. So really simple, easy card. So I hope you like these. I think this is one of those ones where the possibilities are endless. You could do so many things, not only with this stamp set, but with all kinds of different stuff that you want to create with this fun little border background. Okay, so next, and hopefully a little bit less convoluted because I actually do have the stuff pre-cut for this one, is a graduation card. 'Tis the season. I don't know about you guys, but graduation is happening. In fact, I saw lots of college graduations this weekend on Facebook. So I decided I wanted to make a graduation card for high school because that is coming up. Some of our neighbors are graduating this year, which is kind of disturbing because when we moved here, they were like 3, 4, 5. And so either I am getting old or they are, and I assume it's them because I have not aged a day, obviously. So crazy things are happening, right? Now to do this, I'm using 2 stamp sets, or 2 actually, one set of framelits. I'm using the numbers, the large numbers. And the large numbers do have, oh no, they don't have graduation in here. That's why I'm not using the graduation out of it. So they do have the numbers. So I'm going to take and I die cut the numbers, and I just wanted to show you how I did this. I had some strips of silver and I wanted to do all 4 at once. So I put Post-its over the silver because you can see there's not a lot of wiggle room on here because these are all scraps out of my silver package of cardstock. So this way I could easily get each of them out, or die cut all at once, and then they would be correct. So I go through an inordinate number of Post-its. Emily can testify to that because it's constant Post-it note usage here. Whoever invented Post-its is like so amazing. I love that. Okay, so I have the 2017, and of course, what's brilliant about this is it works every year. You just change the number. I love that. So I've got 2017, and by the way, this is a complete case of a card that I received. I think I actually got 2 of these as swap cards. In fact, I might have even shown them to you. So I'll pull one out. Well, actually, I'll pull both of them out. And it was funny because on here they said something about how they were cased off of somebody else's card, which I think is kind of hysterical. Not that not that they cased it, but that they both had basically the same card, which is kind of fun. But there are some subtle differences. Now, here is the key to this card's awesomeness. It's this little tassel thing right here. Now, you can make a tassel. You can wind it up on a thing and then tie a knot at the top and all that. But as you are well aware, I am a totally and utterly lazy stamper. So instead, you can just die cut yourself a tassel right here. This is the Celebrate Today stamp set. Of course, you could stamp it and die cut it if you wanted, but I'm going to die cut mine out of silver, which I need to do, so hold on one sec. And the cool part about this is, I mean, you don't need much paper, so this is great for using your scraps, of course. So I've got my little silver tassel. Don't confuse that with the tassels. Gosh, where did I showed a tassel card on my Friday Quickies last week. If you haven't seen that video, you probably should, because it's kind of funny. I just did a little tassel thing. Now there are also tassels. Actually, there are black and gray tassels in the clearance rack right now. So if you don't have those, they're from the holiday occasion, or the holiday occasions, the holiday catalog. And those little tassels are super cute, and because they're black and gray, those are perfect for graduations. So you could use those kind of tassels. Or you can just make your own with this little set of dies. Now this stamp set is on the discontinued list, and I do like the set a lot. We do have lots of balloon sets, but this one is kind of fun because it's big balloons and like there's a happy in here, and you can turn it into a hot air balloon. There's all kinds of things, but there's like little streamers. I do like the set. In fact, I have lots of samples on my blog if you go back a ways. Anyway, the framelits though are just 4 little pieces, so they're pretty inexpensive. And again, you can get them while supplies last, so check that out. But let's put this card together. Now the beauty of this card is no matter what colors your school has, or the school of the graduate, you can just change them to match. So what I thought I would do is, our school colors are red and black. So I wanted to do red and black, because those are the graduations I'm going to. All right, so I want, well, let's see. Got to get a number. These are 2 inches tall, so I'm going to go with 2.5 by 3 3/4. Let me verify that. Ooh, the 2.5, I guessed right. And 4 3/4. Did I say 3 3/4 before? Whew, it's a good thing I double checked that. Okay. So I am going to do red, and then I thought it would be fun to do this big balloons in here in red on the background. So like red on red. Oh, and so we'll pull out, or no, happy graduation. That's what I wanted, didn't I? I don't know. So hard to tell. Yeah, happy graduation. Do you ever, like, okay, so here it's backwards, but here it's frontwards. But if the words aren't lined up perfectly on the front side, then it's hard to tell. Ooh, I just thought of something else I could do. So I was going to do balloons, but what if we just did big polka dots using this polka dotty thing? If it looks bad, we'll just flip it over, because that's what I do. If things look bad, I flip them over. Okay, will this fit on here? No, not really. I got my big block. Okay. Then, I swear I had a red ink pad out here. Here it is. I had this all cleaned up pretty nice, and then I started shooting my video and things got crazy. There's stuff everywhere. Okay. Imagine that. I know you guys are all shocked that I'm a messy stamper, but I do believe that good things happen when I stamp messy. Okay, so I'm just doing these polka dots all over. And I think that does make a nice background. Awesome. I love that they're kind of like spotty polka dots, not just polka dots, polka dots. Okay. All right. So we'll put this on here, and then we're going to do this silver. And what I always do whenever I'm putting down several pieces of framelit, or you know, like a word or something, is I space them out the way I want, and then I add them. Okay, now to make the graduation cap, this is nothing more than a 1.5 inch square piece of cardstock at an angle. So that's easy. And depending on how we kind of spread this out, we'll put it over the top just a touch like that. And then we'll add our little tassel in the center. And then, of course, happy graduation. So how fun is this? I mean, it's so easy to create. And of course, you can use the same card every year. No one will know. So I'll do the happy in red, which is kind of fun. And then we'll do graduation in black. And then it all coordinates. So of course you could do blue for blue schools, orange if you have a dreaded orange school. I only say that because who looks good in orange? I can't think of anybody really. All right. So happy graduation. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh, I love it. So easy. I might be messy, but I never get ink all over my fingers. I think I might. So anyway, there we go. I will adhere this together and then post it to my blog. I always try and get our projects posted by the Wednesday after. So today's Monday, so Wednesday I'll have them. Now, let me show you, because I have a whole bunch of projects to show you of kind of my favorites. All right, things you should not miss out on before the discontinued list goes on. Now, I might also add to that, I chose these based on what is going to be in the next catalog. So, for instance, I didn't pick a set that's going to have something similar in the next catalog. I picked sets that there's no replacement or redo or whatever, okay? So the first one that I just absolutely have loved is this set called Wondrous Wreath. Now this is in the Christmas section of the catalog, but I have done cards for every season in this stamp set, and I just love it. It's so pretty. The way it is designed, it works so great with those punches if you have those. But the other thing is, this is wood paper from, oh gosh, it was a set 2 years ago that had like eggplants and vegetables and stuff in the printed paper, but there's the new wood paper coming in the new catalog. So how awesome would this be with that new wood paper? So that's why I picked that one. Okay, so Wondrous Wreath, and I'm going to write these down for you, and then I'll post my list, of course, on my blog. Now, of course, if you took advantage of my special last month or last week and wanted to order some of this new stuff, I'll of course have a fabulous gift for you. Don't you worry. Dina's always got something. Now this is another set I really like, and part of the reason I like it is because there's a coordinating punch that goes with it. And this one is called Grateful Bunch, and I think the reason I like it is because it's got that lace border in it, so it's really pretty. And then of course the punch. This is one of my favorite cards that I've made with this, and I do have a few others. In fact, I made one pretty recently, I think. I don't know if it was on a Facebook Live or it was somewhere. So a really pretty set. Another set that I really like, just because it's so versatile, is a set called Picture Perfect. And what I love about this set is there's a hummingbird, a starfish, this flower, and then there's a whole bunch of sentiments in it. So Just a Note is from there. But here are a couple of cards I've done. These are 2 or 3 step stamping, so you get the layered color effects, and I love both of these. And you can see the detail in this rose is just gorgeous, and there's nothing like that replacing these. There's not a new gorgeous, several stepped flower coming. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, these are 2 cards. And by the way, all of these have been on my blog before, so you can actually see, I think every single one has a video tutorial. This card is from the set Timeless Love, and I truly, truly love this stamp set. Look at how pretty this card is. I did it all by myself. I'm so proud of myself. So this is a gorgeous stamp set, and what I love about it are the happy anniversary is one word. Congratulations is another. And I think You Make My Heart Smile or something. The sentiments are amazing and I love the font, but these flowers are just so gorgeous. And what I like is they're small. So when you go to watercolor them, you're not watercoloring a big, huge chunk. You're just watercoloring a little part, which is kind of fun. So that's one of the reasons I really like this stamp set. But aren't these colors pretty? Oh, good job, Dina. Pat myself on the back. I really was proud of that one. Now I did do, actually I'm looking, I know I have it in this pile. I did do another card using that stamp set in a Facebook Live not too far back. Oh, I did pull it. I don't know, maybe I left it out in my classroom. See, these are all the cards I have to show you. But I did do another one in purples with this, and it was just this little bit. It was the one I did with circles. My theme was like using the same layout with circle punches. So anyway, that's that one. This is a set that I really love called Endless Thanks. I'm pretty sure. Endless Thanks. And it's got all these flowers, the little heart, the little leaves, the flowers, all of that is in that stamp set. And isn't this just gorgeous? I love this card so, so, so much. This is Night of Navy Pool Party, Island Indigo, Bermuda Bay, and Pear Pizzazz with gray. So pretty. Super easy card too, by the way. Then this set is just pretty. And this is not for everybody because it is a putsy set to work with. But this is also in the Christmas section. But I think, you know, this could be, I've made sunflowers out of this as well. So this is kind of versatile. That's why it made my list. And then this set is just, it has the punch that goes with it. So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I did these where I stamped them in white ink on vellum, let them dry like overnight because vellum takes a while to dry without white ink. But look at how gorgeous this is. I actually made a framed thing out of this too. But they're so, so, so pretty. I really like this one. I'm going to miss this one. I really kind of am. Okay. And then I showed you Flower Patch just a few minutes ago. That was the gray and black and whatever cards. So here's a couple more samples. This is a card one of my downline made me, Chris. We made it in a swap. Super cute. I love how these layer. Here's a card I made. There's no limit to your awesomeness. That was a stamp set from a few years ago, but this is just a tag. So easy to do. Same thing, just because you can layer these two. This is one flower stamped twice, just off set from one another. And here's another one. This is basically the same stamps as this one, but I only die cut the one piece. I just stamped the other one on top because it was a darker color. Here it's a lighter color, so you can't do that, but you get the idea. Okay, so this set is called Flower Patch, and it has the coordinating stamp set, or framelets, which are called, I think, Flower Flare. I will have all the details on my blog for you so that you know. Okay, now I mentioned my Mafia funeral and wedding. That is from truly the best set ever that there was. And look at, these are just a few of the samples I pulled. This is, I'm going to get all these out of the way. This is a set called, oh my gosh, I just lost it in my brain. Botanical Garden. Oh, phew. That was scary for just a second. So Botanical Garden is an amazing stamp set. I did I've done many videos on this. These are all cards using these gorgeous framelets that came with the stamp set. Look at these beautiful, beautiful flowers. Oh my gosh. They're so pretty. This is, and this one, I did a series of Friday Quickies about a year ago where I made the stamp out of this. So I die cut this out of fun foam and then I stamped it in the background. Isn't that cool? Same thing here, but white and a little more subtle. Such a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous stamp set. And the framelets that coordinate with it are just so beautiful. So here's another gorgeous one. Here is my second favorite card that I've made with this stamp set, and you'll see the favorite in just a second. Here's one with just bright, happy colors. And here is like my prized card that I've ever made. Oh, I love this one. This is like the best. I love this card. It's so happy. And again, this is the stamp set and framelits that coordinate. And what I love about this too is it's got all these fun centers to put in those cards, whereas many of the stamp sets that we have don't have those centers. So it's really nice. I like having that on there. Okay, so we've done that. The Oh So Succulent. Oh, here's that card I was talking about before. This was the Timeless Love I showed you a minute ago. Let me pull it out again. This card. This was the other one I was talking about with the circle. So that's where I just used the little corner piece right there in pinks and purples. Okay. Back to Oh So Succulent. So this is truly a amazing, versatile, gorgeous, amazing, wonderful set. I have an online class for this too. Love these stamps. Even if you're not a fan of succulents, they're just so pretty and they're so easy to use, and the fun little things that they're just so unique. We don't have anything else like that coming, or we've never actually had anything. So I don't know. It's really, 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 really awesome. So if you, and they're both discounted. So pick these up if you don't have them. The framelits do a lot of awesome stuff. I will just add to that. Okay, just a couple more things to share. I liked this set called Helping Me Grow. I think that's what it's called. It's kind of a weird name, but ooh, what did Patricia say? You guys are all agreeing with her. My poor wallet. I know. Sorry, Patricia. I apologize. So this one is Helping Me Grow, and it's just a pretty watercolor. If you're into watercoloring, this is a great set. If you don't like to color it, do not get it. But this is so cute. Oh my gosh, Riva, I agree. I was shocked. That was like the big shocker for me, that and the Urban Underground stuff. I could not believe that did not make the big catalog. What is the wrong? Who is running this operation? Why did they not consult me? I always offer my help too. Okay, one more Christmas set, and this is just because it's so cute. This is those stupid penguins. I love these penguins. They're so cute. I also had a really adorable card on my blog a year ago, January, that was the penguins with holding a bunch of birthday balloons. So you can use these ones. They're versatile. This is a cute little card. I don't know if I ever did a video for this or not. I think so. But this is the packing tape technique. So what this is actually packing tape. So I cut a window into this card. I put a strip of packing tape over the back, and then I put glitter on it. Now, it kills me to use so much glitter because I'm not a glitter girl. I like my Wink of Stella, but I don't like glitter. Anyway, I covered it up, as you can see, and it makes a glittery window. Isn't that fun that you can see through? So cute. Okay. So then the last but not least is, well, actually there's two things. This is from the Starburst framelit. That's what this big starbursty thing is. And then the Stars framelits. Why they're retiring those, I don't know. But I love this because this is a really all-purpose thing for all kinds of stuff. Of course, you can make sunshine cards, but like, look at this. I think this is a super easy card for a man. You change up the colors and you have different colors, you know, for a man. So simple to do. In fact, maybe I might make, you know what I just thought of? My friend did a video using the background stamp I used today, you know, the stripes and the dots. She made camo out of it, like camouflage colors for the hunter in your life. And what if we, you stay tuned for Friday Quickies. I just think I figured out what my Friday Quickie is this week. So anyway, I like that. The star framelits are also going, and there's no stars coming to replace them. I don't know why they're doing this. Stars are a basic shape that we should have, in my personal opinion. That's lame. Okay, I apologize because I'm not really supposed to be ragging on Stampin' Up! Like this, but it's a really high, it's a high emotional time right now. Okay, the last one I want to share with you is these cards from the Crazy About You bundle. This is the stamp set and then the coordinating framelits that have the happy, the thanks, the you in them. There's another word, I can't think of what it is. Maybe it's congrats. And these are just such all-purpose. The stamp set comes with a gazillion words, and then there's 2 flowers. This is my favorite one, and it punches with the medallion punch, which I love. And then it also has, the stamp set doesn't have this, but I used the Petite Petals punch and stamp set here, which is also going away. And I love those handheld flower punches. I just think they're easier than having to go die cut stuff. So I think that it's really a good investment to get these punches. So this one right here that I've used is called the Petite Petal. And then this one right here, which I've also used on this card. I showed this in a Friday Quickie, I believe, as well. This punch here and this punch here are the ones I'm talking about. And that's, again, the flower medallion, or maybe it's just the medallion punch. I don't know. I'll have links to all of the stuff in my blog post when I post it. And then I'll post this video that we're having right now on YouTube, and all the links will be there for you. The list will be a little long, I apologize. But of course, whenever you order from me, I always reward you with goodies. In fact, last week I had 2 trips to the post office, one on Friday and one earlier in the week. So lots and lots and lots of Happy Mail gifts went out last week. So I hope that you are excited about that. Okay, did I have anything else to stamp? I don't think so. We did a lot today. Oh my gosh, we covered a lot of stuff. I might put a layer of black on here. I can't decide. I kind of like it without, though. So anyway, those are the 3 cards I demonstrated. Excuse me. And then I showed you a whole bunch more. And I think I want a couple of suggestions from you guys for what I should do next week. So I want you to think about that. Maybe I should stamp something else. I mean, I have a little more time. I could stamp something else, couldn't I? Shouldn't I? Maybe. I'm seeing a lot of love. Give me some thumbs up if you want me to stamp. Should we do one more project? I'm just looking in my little case. Ooh, I do see a few thumbs ups. Okay, message received. I shall stamp something else. Oh, what should we stamp? Does anybody have, what do you need stamp cards for? The camo stuff, that will be a Friday Quickie. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't have it all worked out in my brain. But what do you guys need? Tell me what you want. Do you like how I take requests? Father's Day. Okay. We can do Father's Day. Did you guys see, I did post a video on yesterday of Youth Birthday. Ooh, that's always a tricky one. Ooh, you hope Kate will be able to get on after. Wait, what was that? Oh, that must have been somebody else. I get it. Of course, you guys want me to stamp. You guys are so sweet. Father's Day, Mother's Day. Ooh, Mother's Day is this weekend. So I have to tell you, I have kind of an exciting Mother's Day plan for myself. I'm not going to be at home. I'm actually going, I have the opportunity, this week is a crazy week. I have the opportunity tonight, I was actually asked to do a presentation for demonstrators who are trying to earn the incentive trip, so I'm doing a presentation on that. And then I also this week am going on a kind of a mini retreat with some friends to get some stuff planned out for my business. I'm really excited about that. I've been working so hard to get set up a little better, so I'm really excited. Okay, what are we going to do? Mother's Day. Father's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Ooh, okay. I just thought of something. Do I have the daisy set? Of course I do, Sue. What kind of crazy question is that? That is absolutely right up my alley. Yes. I mean, yes, I do have the daisy set. Okay, here is a set that's not retiring. And I like this set. It's so pretty. I think I've shown this set before on a Friday Quickie. Or not, that's not what this is. This is a Facebook Live. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to keep it all straight, isn't it? But what if we did a little Mother's Day bouquet? I have a little idea. Do the smaller leaf. Because partially I have all the ink pads out for this already on my desk. So that'll just work. Now I have to show you something. Since we're doing a little stamp riffing, I don't know if you've seen this before. This is actually some sort of kitchen organizing thing I got. I got this at Target. Okay, it's got handles. I think this is for like putting your packets of, you know, like taco seasoning and whatnot. And so this is how I divide cardstock. So you can see I have little dividers. So I have 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. That's what all of these pieces are right here. And then 4 by 5 1/4. And I've shown this before. In fact, I did a whole video how to cut cardstock like a boss. These are just plain quarter sheets. And then the ones way up front are just kind of random leftover pieces from class kits and stuff. But what I love about this is I have cardstock pre-cut and ready to go. And then like if I wanted to layer this on black or something, yeah, I just totally could. Ready to go with that skinny little black layer that you know I love so much. So this is a really big time saver to have these pre-cut like this. Now I do have a giant paper cutter. I got it like 10 years ago and it was like $2,000, which I know the average crafter would never have. But because you don't cut even an inkling of it, the amount of cardstock I cut in a day, you wouldn't need such a thing. But that's how I cut a whole bunch of that cardstock all at once. I usually cut like an entire package of cardstock down to 1 or 2 sizes. So now you can see I took this stamp. It was kind of curved, the stem, and I made it straight on my block. Okay, so it's nice and straight because what I wanted to do is just make a bouquet of flowers here for Mother's Day. So I think that would work kind of cool. So it was funny. My husband said, well, what do you want to do for Mother's Day? And I was like, oh, I'm going to be gone. And he's like, oh, okay. And I don't know if he was just like, oh, you're leaving, or oh, the pressure is off. But make no mistake, he's still going to need to celebrate. I mean, hello. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp this several times. This is Pear Pizzazz, and this is creating my background. And I can see what's happening here. Do you see those little marks? We're going to end up covering them, so it's no big deal. But I was catching ink on my edge of my block, which kind of drives me crazy. So here you go, Sue. Now it's clean. Do you like how I wrote the first word, the first stamp set of all those ones I showed you? Just that was it. Oh well. If you're having trouble with that, wipe it off. You can use a baby wipe instead of your finger, but sometimes it's just easier. Okay, now what I love about this stamp set is it does have the coordinating set of, or the coordinating, I was going to say set of framelits. It's a punch. And you have probably seen me use this nifty little tool. So what I did was to take my punch, and let me just grab it quick. It's right here. Here, I'll pull this out. I don't know if you can see this. Pulling this out a little further. This is my Razcock, I think. What do you call it? You know, it's the 3-tiered cart from IKEA. That's where my punches are stored. Okay, so let me push you back into my screen there. Do you guys like when I show you crazy stuff? I will for sure give you a tour of my stamp room at some point when it's clean enough for that activity to happen. It's always my goal that is coming sooner than later, but I'll be honest. Oh, I have a lot of things competing for my time these days. Okay, so I'm going to take a scrap, and I took my punch, and I just went boom, punched it. And then this is a template I can use for positioning my images. So what I'm going to do is just stick that one there. And then you know what, I think, and actually, let's just do a little stamping surgery. Do you guys like when I do this? So I'm going to cut off some of that excess photopolymer, just a little bit. This will not affect how my image stamps, but it will affect how close I can get the next image to it. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. You just want to make sure you're not cutting or undercutting your image. So you can see the image stops right here, right there. And this is the part I'm cutting off, and I don't want it to cut at an angle underneath. I want it to come out just a little bit. Okay? So just be careful. I don't know. Some people freak out when I cut off images like that, and I always think it's funny. But as I have mentioned before, I am a biology teacher, so I have dug right into some dead stuff, and you just kind of got to get in there. You just never know what you're going to get when you watch a Facebook Live with me, do you? Okay. Now, one of my big blocks I need to pull the image off of. So here's what's so brilliant about this, is then you can pick up the stamp and punch, or I'm sorry, stamp out those images really easy. So I'm thinking we need some pretty pink and pretty orange images. So I'm going to stamp that there and there. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to position my detail image over the top. Oh, yeah, a bunch of blossoms is the stamp set. Sorry, I didn't get that. Okay, so there's that one. And then we'll get this one on here. Okay. And then I'll just pull this stamp off. See, this is why I get so inky, is because I pull stamps off of other stamps all the time. I noticed there was some ink on the corners of my block here, so just wipe those off. By the way, have you guys noticed I am stamping in a white shirt, and I might add there is nothing, no ink on it. Aren't you proud of me? Okay. So we'll go Tangerine Tango over the top. That's the same color combination we used on our other one. And then, just like the first one, these just go right over the top, so they're easy. I always like when things are easy. Okay, now let me show you the trick to punching these out. So first of all, I want to look at my punch. And if I started with this side and punched, you can see the other pieces in this punch would cut over the images I just punched. But if I started on this side, they won't. So that's how I choose which one I punch first, and then I won't have a problem. So that's kind of a paper saving tip for you, and a space saving tip. And so then I'll do the second one. Oops, I keep moving myself a little bit. So then you can see, look, I've used like every bit of that scrap. Good job, Dina. Okay. Then, so these are going to be like a big bouquet of tulips. Like so. I also want some pink ones, so let's do some pink flowers just in the same way. And we do need to clean our stamps. And I know I'm giving you guys heart attacks because Sue is just dying. There is an open stamp right there on my desk in the middle. 2 open stamp pads. Oh. You dropped an ink pad on the front of your shirt. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I too have had some inkcidents. In fact, you guys were going to laugh at this. This is what a stand-up company Stampin' Up! Is. I know I was complaining about the things they retired, but so gosh, this was years ago, like probably 5 or 6 years ago. I dropped, or I was trying to refill a craft pad, so that dates me because the craft pads have been gone for quite a while. And I dropped it on my shirt, or no, my pants, sorry. Well, actually, I didn't really drop it. I'm trying to decide which color combination I want. I think I might want melon. I think these two better. I was trying to re-ink a craft pad, and the ink was really, really, really thick. And so I squeezed it super hard, and then it like exploded. Like the top of the re-inker popped off, and then the ink went everywhere. And I got a blob. And this was really, it was back in the day, we had a color called Brilliant Blue, similar to Pacific Point, but a little different. And all that ink went all over my clothes, my pants, and my pants were white, of course. I was so mad. And so I called Stampin' Up! Kind of to whine, but also to just say, you know, I would really appreciate it if our refills, the ink is so thick you can't refill it without that happening. So can you do something? Like, can you either make the ink come out easier or a little thinner, or, you know, whatever, fix the tip on the thing? And he's like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And they sent me a free stamp set to replace, to help me replace my pants. Isn't that awesome? So they're like, obviously we can't replace your pants, but we'll send you a free stamp set. So I thought that was really nice. Good job, Stampin' Up! Okay. What did I do with my punch? Ah, here it is. See, now it is a disaster in here. All right, so I'm going to just punch these out. Oh, I almost made my own mistake. Start on this end. Punch, punch, punch. Okay. And then, now I like to wiggle these so that they're kind of dimensional. I don't like them being just all flat. You know that about me. So, and here I think is another fun thing about this stamp set is it's just so versatile. You know, you can make these bright, happy colors. I think the last time I showed you this, I'm envisioning a fall card that we did with fall colors. So you can do anything with it, which is really nice. Okay. Now, let us put this baby together. So again, as with all of my projects, I like to kind of set things out first and sort of get things oriented the way I like them. We'll put some of the smaller ones down in front. Okay, but this is looking pretty cute, isn't it? What do you guys think? Stick this one kind of in the middle. That's a nice bouquet of tulips, right? You know, it is not retiring, Tanya. This one is going to be in the new catalog. Now, the difference is it comes in a bundle right now, and the bundle is discounted, and it will not be discounted next year, so that's the only difference. But it still will be available next year. Okay, now let us finish this off. I'm just going to cover this up. That's for you, Sue. And you know, I could add some leaves if I wanted. Maybe I will. I'll just add a couple. Famous last words, right? Just hold my beer. I'm going to add some leaves, right? I'm kidding. My dream team has come. Hi, ladies. They're here. What was that? Oh, Gail's here. Gail, say hi. She didn't say it very loud. Did you guys hear that? Oh, she's concentrating. Never mind. We will not bother you. Okay. Does that look stupid? Did I just ruin it with these leaves? I don't really like them. Oh, I know. I can punch a couple and tuck them in front. All right. Now I got all of that out. Do you like how I just flipped those over? So I'm going to take and put a couple of dimensionals here and stick a couple of these down. Because again, ultimately, I want to make sure I'm covering up those marks I left. Remember those marks? Got that. And I want a nice full bouquet. Just like you see in the pictures when you go to order flowers. I think I'm going to do another couple. You're so bad at arranging stuff. It can be tricky to stamp randomly. Did I ever tell you guys about the story of I did a workshop for the math department? Mary Week, are you still on here? Because if you are, it was with Kathy. It was at Kathy's house. And they were mystified by the concept of random stamping, which I thought was kind of funny. Apparently they like things orderly. Can you believe that? Okay. So then here's where you can take glue dots. This is why I love glue dots. They're so brilliant. Hi, Penny. How are you? And we'll just tuck these in wherever. We'll tuck some behind and some right here. What else what have I got left? And this is one of those things where, you know, sometimes you might need one more just to make it fit. Okay, so there we go. I like this. It's not quite as full as I want. I might need to add a couple here. But then, here's where it gets awesome. I'm going to take some ribbon. This ruched ribbon is like my absolute favorite. It's so easy. And I'm just going to tie a bow. Did you see that? You can rewind and replay when I post this on YouTube. You can play it in slow-mo. Oh, you know, I just messed it up, so we'll try it again. So I make your loop, go around, and then I push a loop through. And that's how I get my bow to tie, I think, pretty good. All right, so there is my big bow that I'm going to add right there. The lace trim that we have would also be perfect for this. In fact, I might even add some to it, just because my scissors are crappy. It is a shame that this ribbon is being retired, but I think all of it is discounted right now, so definitely pick some up because these in colors are still around. So then we're just going to add that bow right there. What do you think? So pretty. I'm just getting myself some more ribbon. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't see my lace trim. That's not good. Oh, I know where I have some. Okay, here we go. So this is lace trim. And what if we just put some in here somehow? I don't know how. I'm just thinking it would be cute if we put a little bit in here. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. So we'll just add that behind. Yeah, just a little touch of lace. It's pretty. Okay, so there we go. And then, of course, we'll glue dot this. Do you like how I came up with this card all on the fly, all by myself? It's not bad. I impress myself sometimes. Okay. Oh, you know what this card needs? Some wink of Stella. Oh, Valerie already got it. You're right, Valerie. A wink of Stella is exactly what it needs. Okay, so here we go. I like this card. Not bad, Dina. Not bad at all. Okay. So I'm thinking this card base with a layer, because of course we have to add a layer. A layer of Peekaboo Peach. Uh-huh. Okay, let me cut that really quick. So this is 3 3/4 wide. So the layer I'm going to cut is going to be 3 7/8 inch wide. That will give me the skinny strip when you add 1/8 of an inch. Since becoming a demonstrator, I have become quite adept at adding fractions. Who knew? I'm sure Sue is like, if you just use the metric system, it would be a piece of cake. That's true. But all of our stuff is in inches, so. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? Ooh, I love it. Yay. Don't worry, Jeanette. This card is not complete yet. There is always time for spritzing. Don't you worry. I promise you will have spritzing. Okay, that also kind of covered up those ugly leaves that I had in there, so that's nice. Let us find some adhesive. Here we go. There's always, always, always time for spritzing. It's never too late. Okay, so we'll do that. So this is a really pretty Mother's Day card. I think any mother would enjoy this card. I know I would. I'm a mother. I should probably send one to my mother. Okay, but what if, just hang with me a little teeny bit longer. And we're going to use our template again. I'm telling you, this template is brilliant. Because then you can use these teeny little scraps to get what you need out and punch. Emily's in here. Say hi, Emily.
Hey.
She came all the way around to get some scraps out of the scrap drawer. What did I do with my... Okay, Sue, where did I put my Pear Pizzazz ink pad? I don't see it. Ugh, that's not good. Honestly, I just used it. This is really weird. Is it under something? I've got Old Olive, but where did the Pear Pizzazz go? It's not under there. It's not under there. It's not under there. Ah! Does this happen to you? Oh, found it. It was on my Raz card cart, or however you say that. Okay, so I'm just going to punch a couple of these. You never know. I'll do an odd number because you just never know how many you need. Ooh, and I could put the little dimensional two-step on here. I love two-step stamping. That is like one of my favorite parts of Stampin' Up! Is all of the two-step stamping opportunities that there are. So this is Old Olive, which will go right over the top to create that slightly darker look. So pretty. Ooh. And my punch. So you can see this time we're going to go this way. And do you see how I use this skinny little strip of cardstock? Sometimes I get excited when I find ways to use the gazillion scraps I have laying around here. If I can find like a fun way to use them, I'm all proud of myself. In fact, actually, this is a funny story from my weekend. My daughter was driving me around. We were running errands, looking for that bra for her dress. And I said, okay, so she doesn't have her license yet, so she's practicing still. I said, okay, you need to change lanes or something. Sometimes she gets stressed out when there's a lot of traffic. And so she changed lanes and she goes something like, "Congratulations, Ella." It was really funny. Maybe you had to be there, but I kind of liked it. All right, do you see how I stuck those in there? Do we like these? Okay. Well, this is why I arrange first and adhere second, because then I can uncommit if necessary. And I'm just trying to fill out my bouquet ever so slightly more. Like that. Do you guys like this? Oh, thank you, Diana. I think she's absolutely gorgeous too. Oh, Lordy. She is amazing. I mean, I know she's my daughter, and of course I'm gonna say she's amazing, but she really is. Okay. There we go. Now all this needs is a greeting. So, of course, we can do all kinds of different things for that. The Mother's Day stamp that I have is from the set Teeny Tiny Wishes, I believe. Yes, Happy Mother's Day. So, I don't know if there are Mother's Day stamps in other sets. I'm trying to think. There's one, there's a stamp set called like Circle of Spring or something. It's a wreath set. It's the outline, not the wondrous wreath, but an outline version that goes with that. That one could work. I think there's a Mother's Day in there. But I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to take this little teeny thing and stamp Happy Mother's Day, I think in a bright happy melon mambo. You can see I have a nice skinny little strip here. Yeah. Oops, that didn't work. April 2016 has one. Wow, Jeanette, you pulled that information out impressively quickly. That is good to know. I do have that set. In fact, I'll even pull it out and show you because I have it organized all fancy. Okay. I'll punch my little end. And then I'll just trim this off and tuck this in like so. Happy Mother's Day. Do you like that? Okay. And there we go. I just kind of, there's no succulents. Is there a stamp set with a daughter stamp? Could be. It's a good question. I'm not sure the answer. Okay, so there's Happy Mother's Day. You can see I kind of wiggled it so it's dimensional. So I think Europeans' Mother's Day, or at least the UK's Mother's Day was back a little ways. Ours is this weekend. So there's my Mother's Day card now. The piece de resistance. We're spritzing. We're spritzing. We're spritzing. We're spritzing. Okay. So I'm just smacking this with my clear Wink of Stella. And look at all that shimmer. Can you see that? It's so pretty. Now you can also add some, right on the flowers if you want. You can do whatever you want. This is your card. But so pretty. All right, so I'll have pictures and all of that on my blog. So there you go, guys. That's your bonus card. How do you like that? That turned out not half bad, huh? I am a professional. So there you go. And you could do something fun on the inside too if you wanted. Whatever. We'll see. So I hope I've inspired you today, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. So again, if you use the host code, it's the XXWM76B4. Can you even believe I have that memorized? I might have typed it out about 100 times this week. XXWM76B4. That's your host code. If you want to get in on the Eastern Palace special with the free tutorials plus the free online class, remember to just order the Premier Bundle plus that one roll of ribbon, and it's all over my blog, so you can find the information there. Or if you use this host code for just a regular order, I will, of course, send you something fabulous. So as a thank you, I always appreciate your business. It so helps me bring these videos to you every week. And I hope you have a great week, guys. We'll see you again soon. Bye.